Ink Ribbon.
Over the course of the series, Resident Evil has had a ton of characters that appeared in a game and then were never heard from again. While some characters died, others have been left in sort of a purgatory, and fans have wondered if we'll ever see them again. Today on Ink Ribbon, we're going to be taking a look at the characters that we would love to see again, whether it's to tie up a plot point or just to have them back into the series and see how they've progressed. So without further ado, here are the top 10 Resident Evil characters we'd love to see again.
Number 10.
Alexia Ashford.
It's Alexia!
Alexia? There really is an Alexia?
Even though she was confirmed as dead, I put her on this list because Wesker was confirmed dead in the original Resident Evil, so there's no reason why she couldn't come back. Even though I know she won't be revived, I think it would be cool to see her back. Alexia was one of the most interesting and intriguing enemies throughout the series and really made Code Veronica stand out from the others. She had a direct connection with the Umbrella Corporation. She was evil and psychotic as you could imagine, and she possessed a virus so powerful that she even had Wesker begging for it. Bringing Alexia back could not only be interesting and nostalgic, but also serve as a revival for Umbrella.
Number 9.
Kevin Ryman. If you played the Outbreak series, then you know Kevin was a badass. He was a member of the RPD and desperately wanted to join STARS, but kept failing the test. I think it's safe to say that after the events of Outbreak, he definitely earned his way in. Aside from having a tie with the RPD, which could potentially connect him to Leon, Chris, Jill, and the Raccoon City incident, he was also one of the best characters to play as in terms of speed and strength, as well as abilities.
Number 8.
Carlos Oliveira. The main supporting character of Resident Evil 3, Carlos helped Jill escape Raccoon City just before it was obliterated. And then that's it. He was gone forever. Carlos was an interesting character because he started the game working for Umbrella, but ended up questioning exactly who he was working for and why, especially after losing all his teammates and being betrayed by his commander. Carlos has a lot of potential as a character, and it would be awesome to see him and Jill team up again.
Number 7.
Hunk. Everyone's favorite faceless hero. Hunk is the sole survivor of the mercenary team that was indirectly responsible for leaking the T-Virus into Raccoon City, and also stealing the G-Virus. While fans seem to enjoy the mystery that shrouds him, it would be cool to just know a little more about him and maybe find out what Hunk is really after or who he really is. Even how he became such a legend. Origin story, anyone?
Number 6.
Nikolai Genofev. Another villain in the series, Nikolai has also vanished, although unlike any other villain, he's still alive according to the canon storyline. He was an interesting character because it was hard to tell what he was really after. He claims he wanted money, but he seemed to genuinely enjoy being evil. Bringing back Carlos would serve as a great counter to bringing back Nikolai, and having them confront each other now that all the dust is settled. Are you enjoying this video? Then hit subscribe, it's just a few clicks and it really helps out my channel. Okay, back to the video.
Number 5.
Alyssa Ashcroft.
Oh no.
Another character from the Outbreak series, Alyssa was a journalist who helped expose Umbrella and was actually mentioned in a newspaper article in Resident Evil 7, confirming that she was alive. Like Kevin, she was also one of the most effective characters to play as and had an extremely useful lockpick ability. An updated Alyssa would be amazing to see, especially if pitted against Ada Wong. Putting those two in a room would result in them either fighting each other or becoming best friends.
Number 4.
Piers Nivans. Resident Evil 6 introduced several new characters, but nobody was more of a fan favorite than Piers. He was strong-willed, passionate, and selfless, and just a good guy. So what does Capcom do? They kill him. Or did they? Since there have been several instances of infected characters surviving supposed deaths, it's very easy to bring Piers back if they decided to. Along with being a great character, Piers is also the first LGBT character in the Resident Evil series, confirmed as bisexual in Revelations 2, which is one reason many fans felt so connected to him.
Number 3.
Billy Coen. Introduced in Resident Evil 0, Billy was a total badass. Accused of murdering 27 people and escaping his execution, he partners with Rebecca and they work together to get through the game. During the events of Zero, Rebecca learns the truth about Billy, and you learn that he has more to him than meets the eye. She takes his dog tags and says she'll report him as dead to the authorities, and then Billy walks into the forest, never to be heard from again. Now, the obvious thing he would do is keep a low profile from police, but I'm sure he would love to get justice for all the events that took place, especially from his past. He could help stop an outbreak while also trying to clear his name, and also maybe explain how he learned to play piano so well.
Number 2.
Steve Burnside. Love him or hate him, Steve has a huge place in the Resident Evil storyline that has left a gaping hole in the timeline. After being turned into a monster by Alexia and seemingly dying, we find out that Wesker took his body. And that's it. Steve has a direct connection with Claire, Chris, Wesker, and Alexia, as well as a very unique mutation, which is probably why Wesker wanted his body. While he's generally considered to be annoying by most fans, remember that during Code Veronica he was very young and inexperienced, just like Leon in Resident Evil 2. I think if he had a chance to come back as a hardened adult, and probably with some new abilities, it could really add dimension not only to his character, but the series as a whole.
I'm coming over. Sorry about that little misunderstanding, but I thought you were another one of those monsters.
Shut up. Make one wrong move and I'll shoot.
Number 1.
Sheva Alomar. Ah, Sheva. When I played Resident Evil 5, my first thought about Sheva was, oh great, another generic character. But my opinion very quickly changed as I realized how prismatic she was. She was strong, beautiful, and a highly skilled warrior. She developed a very strong bond with Chris by the end of the game, and left us really wanting to know more about her, as well as where she went after the events of Resident Evil 5. I guess only time will tell. And that's it for this list. If there are any characters you think should be on this list, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more gaming videos. I'm Kai Morgan, and as always, thanks for watching Ink Ribbon.